I put this thing through another derby. I think she is done. I think she is done. Let's go around and see what she looks like. So we took NUKEM in for round number 2 yesterday. She did really good. I had a pretty hard time with NUKEM, but you know what? I did the best I could to make sure this car made it as far as it could. I ended up driving out of the ring, but it's because my gas tank, it broke all the gears in my ratchet strap. Now, a lot of you guys are going to tell me to run the threaded rod with the bar across, and you know what? I'm probably going to start doing that. I've been doing it this way for probably 4 years now. Haven't really had too many incidences, but today's my, I think, second one. So I'm going to start looking into maybe fixing that up. But the floor is gone inside this car. Look at that. Creased all the way across. The gas tank bracket holder has gone through the floor. If you guys remember, this gas tank protector was 2 inches away from the steel. Now it has actually gone past the speaker deck and is inside the trunk. And that is because this roof gave out. And did she ever give out good? I did lose my passenger door in the scruffle. I guess you can call it that. But this is the first time I've ever actually lost a full door skin. And I was watching people hit this passenger door pretty hard while I was inside the car. And it was a little intimidating when people's bumpers were coming all the way into here. And I could see them right inside the car. But you know what? It's all part of derbying. I kept giving the officials thumbs up. They kept looking at me to make sure I was good. I was just out there having fun. Quite early on in the round, I got smacked real good on a 45-degree angle, which actually stopped that tire from turning just about the entire demolition derby. I knew that something was wrong with my back end because I felt like it was really hard to back up, and I felt like it was really pulling to one side when I was trying to back up. About halfway through the demolition derby, I caused some damage to the driver's side rear trailing arm. As you can see, she snapped clear off. So that's when I started really feeling a drag on the back end. I wasn't able to back up very well, but I was still able to back up. Now there's a couple things that could have been done to make this car a little bit better in the back end. I could have ran smaller donuts. I could have ran a different offset, but I knew that Brooklyn is kind of like a muddy track with a knoll, so it's got a little lip on both ends, so I kind of wanted the ground clearance, and you know what? I really did need that ground clearance because I almost got hung up, and I actually watched the video today, and they actually black flagged me, but I didn't see it, and just as they're black flagging me, I got out and then did a couple good hits, so they let me keep going. But the lip in the ground was high enough where the rockers bellied out. This is not the first Camry I've bellied out, but this is the first Solera that I've bellied out. And one thing I did notice is that when that did that, it actually brought that roof down quite a bit, and I could feel it crunching in close to my head inside the car. I know there still looks like there's a lot of clearance, but the whole roof did come down just from that one corner doing that. What else happened here? Subframe did bend. Not too bad though, to be honest. I'm pretty impressed with how the subframe held up. There was quite a good amount of strut shots done to me. Nothing's really bent in the front. The tie rods are a little bit bent still from the last run. Frame held up really good on this. As you can see, all the seams started actually blowing apart on my strut towers though. So I've never had that happen before. But it didn't bend at the firewall like my last Solera did, so I'm pretty happy about that. This Camry fender is not really doing much. It actually went inside some guy's door. I remember seeing that. But the front frame is just garbage. But it's not as bad as some of the Camrys I've ran in the past, but it is still quite bad. Now, I do want to mention something about these tires. These tires are not doubled, they're not tubed, they're just filled with air and put on them, but they're really small. I never really thought a tire that was this small would do this good on a Camry, but realistically, this small tire
everybody's bumpers were just missing it, to be honest. I think they were going above it, beside it. As you can see, it's not like I didn't get any good clear shots, but they all look like they were just too high for the tire. And I think that's what really saved me. This car here has never broken axle yet. It bent a strut, but never broke an axle. It's making weird axle noises now, but kind of imagined that was going to happen. But you know what? What took me out in the demolition derby is not what takes out most people. It's the gas tank. The gas tank, the strap broke, flew up, realized it was upside down inside the car. By the time I got it flipped over and the positive reattached, I was counted out. But you know what? I had a lot of fun. I couldn't have asked anything better from this car. I was going to bring it back today. So this was a Saturday demolition derby and they had the same class on Sunday. And as I was leaving the ring, one of the officials came up and said to me, "That was a great run." I said, "Thanks, man. I really want to put on a show." He told me he had me black flag, but just let me go. I said, "I honestly didn't see you." I said, "You know what? I might bring it back tomorrow." And he looked me square in the eyes and says, "It's too beat to bring back tomorrow." And I was like, "Okay." So I just left it at home today. I really don't know if I'm going to save the motor. It still runs. But honestly, this motor's had a hard life. It got real hot again. It shoved out a whole bunch of white smoke just like it did in Schaumburg, but it still got power, it still got pep. But I don't really know. As when I was leaving the derby, she started knocking really, really hard. I tried to push a buddy out of the ring so that I guess I can make it easier for the cleanup crew to get the ring clear. And the noises that were coming out of this motor, I really thought she was gonna blow up when I was pushing my buddy out of the ring. So as of right now, I am not sure if I'm going to keep this motor. Like, it wouldn't hurt. I want to save the suspension anyway, so I might just pull it all out as one unit. Like, the subframe's not even that bent where it's going to be super, super hard to pull this out, so I might just take it all out as once, but getting the hood open is probably going to be one of the hardest things that are to be done to this car, so I don't know. Pretty impressed. I know a couple YouTubers, sorry, not YouTubers, guys that watch my YouTube channel were asking for the doors off this car. Well, unfortunately, I only have one left. So, I don't know. If you're local and I know you know who you are, let me know. I'll take the door off and Matt can come and pick it up and bring it to you. Unfortunately, there's only one now, though. But there's not a whole lot left to be saved out of this car. What I'm looking to probably save is I'm probably going to save this unit here, just the post-to-post and the gas tank protector. One, because I got like 3 more Soleras, so I'll just kind of quickly go into a Solera. I might save the dash, because I actually did buy a car that needs a dash bar, factory one. I don't want to put an aftermarket in, because that puts me into a different category. Maybe the motor, gear selector, obviously my wiring harness. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep this motor as of yet. It hasn't let me down. Honestly, this motor's been really good. I know it is screaming just to die, and I know I've tried to kill it and I just can't. But my question is now, do I save it and try to put it into something different, or do I just let this motor rest and let it have what it's deserved? Because it's fought. It was in the Camry wagon 2 rounds. It's been in this car 2 rounds. So the Camry wagon, the one heat was like 9 minutes, and then the feature was like another 11. Both of those were done. The feature was done without a radiator and half the heat. And then in Schaumburg, it went 21 minutes with no radiator. And then last night, I think it was another 18 minutes with no radiator. So it's definitely earned its keep, but I just don't know if I want to keep it or just let it go. But I don't know. This Solera turned out to be really, really good. And after the disappointment out of the Clinton Solera, still haven't figured out what the issue was there. I think it was just a toggle switch. But after that, I really needed a good run. And last night, I was extremely happy with how I ran. This car here has had 2 good runs. And now all I can really do is cut out what's good, scrap the rest and move on to the next car, because it's been a good car. But unfortunately, I know you guys all think I like running junk, and to be honest, I really love running junk, but this thing here is a little bit past junk. I know with the Camry wagon, I was at the same predicament where it still ran and drove, and the front frame was actually a little bit better than this one, but this car here is definitely not worth fixing. I'm putting myself out there in a track where I could get hurt. It's very underbuilt and everything like that, so honestly, I'm going to save the tires, I'm going to save the suspension, I'm going to save the axles, cage, maybe motor. I'm probably going to do it. It doesn't take me that long, but oh well, on to bigger, better, newer cars. Maybe not newer, probably older. Probably older. But thanks for watching, guys, and we're going to put NUKEM to rest very shortly. It's a sad day, but you know what? Couldn't have gone any better. Car had some good runs, some great hits, and it took some even better hits. So thanks for everybody for being in the derby ring with me. Thanks for everybody for watching, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care.